Alright, hey everybody, hopefully you can see me. I'm just going to pull the stream up for myself to make sure everything looks alright. Let me know if you have any problems hearing or seeing anything, and we'll get rolling in a sec. Right, let me know if you have any problems. And, okay. So I'll just give it a minute or so, let people filter in if they're going to, and if not, we'll get the road on the show. Alright. Okay, in the meantime, I'm just going to check out the characters I've got, kind of piddle around in there. And it's just reviewing, and basically everybody who has any decent amount of intelligence is dead except for Fraggle. So it's pretty much Fraggle or bust as far as, like, soldiers with potential go. So that's not the best, because probably as soon as Fraggle bites it, then it's pretty much going to be the end of everything. Okay, so where we picked up last time, I have played just a bit in the time since I did the last stream. What I did was I kind of scouted ahead to see what the next real tactical mission would be, and played the base part independently of that. Kind of because with how badly the last bit of the last stream went, I wasn't sure if I'd have enough game to actually play. If another hard mission came up that was unavoidable right after that last one, I might have been screwed. But I had a little bit of breathing room, and I kind of sent some other people on covert ops and that kind of thing. There's been maybe 5 or 6 days that have passed, and some other people have rotated onto the roster where I can use them. And that's kind of given me a little bit of breathing room. So I'm going to get into it. I've got the next mission. I'm trying to build this, or finish this radio relay, which will let me contact these regions a little bit more cheaply in terms of intelligence. Because I'm also working on the power and the resistance contacts at the same time on the tactical layer. And while I was doing that, these guerrilla missions came up, so I need to figure out which of these I want to do. And we'll do that just as soon as this warlock shuts the hell up, which he doesn't appear to want to do. Bloody, 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 blah. Alright, so we've got destroy the alien relay for 140 supplies and to keep the black market open, which isn't that big of a deal. Neutralize the enemy field commander for a scientist, and to neutralize Bending Reed. Bending Reed isn't a big deal, and I don't need the scientist that badly. Although there is this loot sit rep, which means I can get extra supplies just from doing that mission. And the last one is protect the device for an engineer. I need engineers badly. I don't know what this event is because I didn't spend the intel to figure out what it was supposed to be. But I'm going to do this one, I think, because, one, this event could be easily worse. I know I can handle the other two, and this one I don't know what it is. And also I need the engineer pretty badly. So it's going to be protect the device.
For South Africa.
Okay. So one thing I definitely wanted to get into the habit of for this stream, what have I got here? This is the assassin. So this is this little icon tells you what's the territory, which one of the yeah, hi, how you doing, Fraggle? It is a private show. I'm not even going to charge you. So this is the zone for the Chosen. For the assassin, and what I'm going to try and do is bring the characters that the Chosen are weak against on every mission, so I don't end up shafted as hard as I did on the last mission. But considering I don't have a Reaper, I'm kind of shit out of luck on this particular one. I probably did a bad one. Take it all off. I did go ahead and make the Templar into Purple Moon, so you can see she's got her nice hearts. It's the same Templar, but I just changed the skin. For this mission, it's moderate difficulty, which in this part of the game is pretty hard, and the assassin can show up and totally wreck my shit again. So I'm going to try and bring some of my better characters. I definitely need a specialist, so Emir's in. Zebras. I gotta bring Zebras, even though she tends to be a disappointment. The Templar's great, so I'll bring the Templar. Then I'll bring, to round it out, I'll bring Critters and Fraggle. So that's a pretty good team in theory. We'll see how it does in practice. One thing I did pick up was some of the mid-tier weapons, and actually, now that I think about it, I might want to get rid of Zebras for that reason. What would my other choice be? I could bring Luke instead. And I'm going to do that because the Rangers have their mid-tier weapons and the sharpshooters do not. So I've got magnetic rifle, shard gun, basic cannon for Fraggle, which is kind of shitty, but whatever. And I'm going to kind of go with that. So I just need to slap down a medkit on Ymir, and I'm pretty much good to go, I think. I don't have any other items. So, we'll see how this goes. Really, with Purple Moon here, this should be easier. Purple Moon is disgusting. Another thing I had done off-stream is I managed to pick up this personal combat sim, which is like this weird, rare item that gives some kind of bonus. And I noticed I'd picked up one of the advanced ones, which are the best ones in the game, that improves mobility. So it gives me one character that has 3 more squares of movement. Instead of 8, they'll have 11. And I went ahead and I slapped that down on Purple Moon because she's melee, so she can kind of dart in and out of combat with that. And I'm kind of counting on her to do a lot of the heavy lifting while I try and catch the rest of this group of ass clowns up, because they're pretty pathetic at this point.
Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Okay. So I need to protect this device, which is over here. So over here there's a device that has a bunch of maybe like 30 hit points, and the aliens are just going to keep on wailing on it. Hey, Madden, how you doing? The aliens are just going to keep on wailing on it until I get over there. So there's no hard limit, and I am concealed in this mission. But if I don't get over there fairly quickly, I'm going to have it's going to be bad news, because they will destroy it. I've never seen them actually destroy it because they take their damn time in actually shooting it, and it has a lot of take a lot of damage. But you still don't want to really dally. Okay, so you can see there's little civilians here, and they do have sight range around them. So if you walk too close to the civilians, they'll rat you out, and your concealment will break. So you want to stay out of these squares and not move through them. Luckily, they can't see very far. And also the game will tell you, you can see this icon in the center of the screen above the marker that I'm moving right here. It will tell you if you're moving through one of those squares. So I'm going to avoid doing that too. I wonder if that is a group of clowns looking like clowns or a bunch of asses with clowns drawn on them. I really don't think it's necessary to hem yourself in defining exactly what an ass clown is. I think it's one of those things where it's perfectly fine to just let your imagination fill in the blanks, and there's really one of those, it sounds like a cop-out, but it's one of those no wrong answers thing. You know, if you can dream it, then it is. That's my philosophy on ass clowns. Okay.
I'm all over it.
Alright, and we have some movement over here. Looks like a sectoid and a trooper. So that's not too bad. But they are starting to shoot at this transmitter, so I think there's another sectoid here. I can't tell if it was this one. I don't think it was this one that actually shot. So I'm going to try and figure out how to get the drop on these particular aliens. Getting up on a roof is always good, but I'm going to do it half move at a time, just in case there's anything else. So I'll move critters up this pipe, which functions as a ladder, and then up here to see if you can see anything from on top of the building.
Got a hostile squad here.
Alright, so we got another squad. Looks like a sectoid, a purifier, and I think an officer? No, stun lancer. So that's a harder group to deal with. Fraggle can't move, which is kind of sucky. If Fraggle moves, it's going to alert these people. I don't know if I don't think they moved, but all of a sudden they now have their sight range over her. So You can't go through people's sight ranges or doors or windows without alerting everybody. So I'm going to try and avoid that. Looks like there's something inside here that can see me. I don't know what the hell it is. It's kind of weird. Must be people in there.
Rolling.
I don't know what the hell it is in there that can see me. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's something on a different floor. Let's try and get everybody up here. And you can see Purple Moon can cover a lot of ground with that item that I gave her. Okay, and we'll move Luke up to somewhere useful too.
Running.
And I guess I have to leave Fraggle behind if I don't want to alert everybody, which is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Luckily she can see something from there, so it's not going to completely stop me from being able to do anything. The sectoid takes a shot at the device. The stun lancer and all of them run away. So that's good for me. If I can't see them, they can't see me on their turn. So basically it becomes a safe assumption that if I don't move too far up, I'm not going to have any trouble from them. So Ymir has a pretty good shot at that sectoid. There's also, you're also able to hack these little towers that are all over the place, and they'll give like little bonuses. So I'm going to scope this out and see what exactly I could possibly get from this. Reduce enemy will by 50%, or soldier gains complete immunity from the next 2 attacks. Neither of those is terribly useful. But I will be able to get either of those from any of the towers on this map for the rest of the mission, so it's something you can keep in the back of your head. I don't really have anything that damages will. That's usually for psionic attacks, which I don't have any of yet, but still, it's still okay to know that I have that. Fraggle has a 67% chance to shoot this trooper, and I might just take it right now. I think I'll put Ymir into Overwatch so that when she shoots, he does as well, and then try and clean up with everybody else. So let's get that done. And Fraggle opens up by being a giant disappointment. Missing what is basically a 2/3% shot. Ymir hits with his rifle though, and you can see he's got the upgraded rifle, so it does a little bit more damage. And now I just need to figure out how to get everybody else down here. So Moon can get to either of them if she really has to. Trying to figure out if I can get a good spot for Luke. This isn't too bad here.
Rolling.
And we'll hope nothing spots him, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks good. So he's got a 100% chance on this sectoid, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill that.
Kill confirmed.
Alright. And now I have Critters and Purple Moon, who are supposed to take this trooper out, hopefully without alerting the rest of the aliens. So I think what I'm going to do is move Critters. Where can he go? Now Moon, when she kills something, she gets something called Focus, which gives her more movement, and it also lets her run away. As long as she hits and kills something, she can get a free move, basically. So she might be better to go with Critters. I think Critters. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this with Moon, and then hope it doesn't trigger the aliens on the other side, and if it does, I can just run away and kind of lure them back into an Overwatch shot. Okay, she sees the objective there.
Move to protect that gear at all costs.
And the aliens do not spot her, which is good. So I'm going to move her back and pick up this loot. Critters has a shotgun, so I don't really like his Overwatch chances from this range. I'm just going to move him down to some decent cover and put him into Overwatch just in case. Oh, and that did trigger the aliens. That's pretty harsh. Alright, whatever. It'll distract them from shooting at that transmitter anyways. He has the shard gun, which is the upgraded version of the shotgun, so I'm going to shoot at this purifier. 57% chance, and it'll kill him in one shot if it does hit, so we'll see. Yep, got him. And he did not explode. The purifiers only explode some of the time. But now I have to worry about this sectoid here. And he's trying to use a psionic attack on critters, which he resists the mind control, but ends up panicked instead. So he's going to take some random action. Looks like he ran away and then went into Overwatch. Meanwhile, the Stun Lancer just ran over to the device and tried to shock it. The Stun Lancers in particular, it seems like, in terms of their AI, will prioritize anything but your troops. If there's anything around that they can shoot at instead, they'll kind of tend to prefer it. Man, Critters is breathing heavy. Is this Thrax? Or am I shouting into the void? This is Thrax. Hey, Ole. How you doing? Are you familiar with XCOM at all? I'm trying to tell people as they go, but mostly, I think most of these clowns are just here to say who dies. And actually, I forgot. If anybody wants to just put it in right in the chat. Any name of any character that I have, and if that character dies, I'll give you, I don't know, 25 million. Just for fun. It's always good to have an incentive for everybody to die. So again, Moon has a pretty good shot at this sectoid. I know there's more aliens around in here, but that may not be my worst play. I think I'm going to move Fraggle up regardless of anything else, though. I expect a new one to die. I'm going to make a new one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make you and Tim into a horrible amalgam and lay it on the next Reaper which I get. Saying, I even thought of a story. So that's the fun part about this game, is that you think of your own stories for stupid things. And the story for you guys is going to be that in a fit of, let's say Critters, in a fit of deep, deep sadness, Critters went into the shower on the base and pulled out a bunch of random hairs and then decided to clone you guys. So that's canon now, because I make the canon. So and then probably somebody jerked off in it too. Because, I mean, it's all drains, right? So just like in real life, you're going to be genetic mismatch and an abomination. Screw this. I could just do... All these shots are garbage. I'm just going to go ahead with Moon and kind of go from there, I think. The sectoids still have that melee vulnerability, so she should be able to one-shot him, and when she does, she'll get more focus, which ups her damage even more. Okay. And that will make Critters stop panicking, but it will not make him a man. And I think this turn I'm just going to creep up and get into Overwatch. I'm not... Oh, he can see the Stun Lancer, so never mind. I'm going to shoot at the Stun Lancer with Critters. Yeah, well, it was a shotgun. What are you going to do? But I'm just going to move up. Probably that Stun Lancer will just try and shock the device again, and the thing has enough hit points and all the enemies are cleared out from around it that I'm not too concerned about that. So I'll play it a little bit more cautious. But I will move up with Luke and see if Luke can get it done through a window. No, he can't. He can't even see. So what I'll do is I'll move Purple Moon. Actually, you know what? She's got full cover where she is. I'm just going to leave her. Yeah, he did stay put, and he's just, like, repeatedly ramming his rod into that device. And then over here we've got a Purifier, a Trooper, and a mech. So that's nice. But it looks like Luke... Did Luke just kill the Purifier?
It's down.
Oh, he killed the Trooper. Even better. Alright. So, again, we're going to need to move up a fair bit this round, I think. One thing I'm going to want to be conscious of here is grouping up too tightly, because that mech has this annoying ability where he shoots rockets, and the rockets can they hurt fairly bad, and also they can get multiple people at once. So you want to try and avoid that.
On the move.
Fraggle's the furthest back, so I'm going to see if I can get anything good with her. She can shoot the the Stun Lancer. She can also grenade either the Stun Lancer or the Purifier, but her cannon isn't damaging enough to reliably kill the Stun Lancer. So I'm gonna wait and see what goes down with that. Seems like Luke doesn't have much movement range here.
Closing on target position now.
Give him another chance to get rid of the Stun Lancer. Misses again.
Missed the target.
Okay. What are we gonna do now? That Stun Lancer's pretty stupid, and he's probably gonna keep stabbing this. The Purifier can set people on fire, but that barely matters. The mech is the biggest thing to worry about, but he's kind of far away, and I don't think he can kill anybody in one turn. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to move Emir up and see if I can hack into the mech. No, he doesn't have line of sight. That kind of sucks. All right. Ugh, harsh. Bad line of sight. I probably should have checked that more.
Covering now.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... Do I want to make this shot with Fraggle? Yeah, I'll do it. There you go. Critical, but still not enough damage to kill him, which kind of sucks. But better than a kick in the head, I guess. And I'll put Emir into Overwatch. And I'll have Moon go and kill the Stun Lancer and then run away with her momentum move.
This world is ours.
So we'll see. The mech moves, and he just pumps his gun directly into the side of the objective, which is totally okay with me because that thing has way too much hit points to really be in threat of anything.
Shot failed to connect.
He misses his Overwatch. The Purifier just kind of wanders around like a dipshit. So, pretty lucky that turn, really. So, really, I'm just going to creep up and start getting some more shots in. This Purifier, if he blows up, is pretty likely to deal damage to the objective, but shit happens. There you go. Luke is no longer a nobody, he is now officially a somebody.
Move into position.
Alright, then Fraggle has a 74% chance to hit the mech. I'm not going to make that shot because she does not have Shredder yet, which means she can't get any armor off of this mech. So instead I'm going to shoot a grenade, which is some guaranteed damage, but more importantly gets the armor off of him. So we got one of the two armor off, which will be enough of a setup that other people can worry about killing him. I'll move Emir up. 83% chance is pretty good, so I'm going to make that. He misses an 83, which is pretty crap. Shame on you. Probably getting me back for all those racist things I said about Filipinos. Okay, I'm gonna move. This time I'm actually gonna watch my markers so that I know if I have line of sight. Take a shot with critters. He's got a 71% chance. And it looks like he got it. That might be it. I'm not sure if there's more aliens on this map.
Status confirmed.
Nope.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
So, Chosen didn't show up there, so that was pretty smooth. Actually, I got flawless because they didn't even damage anybody. So that's good. I'm going to chalk it all up to Fraggle being Fraggle. She didn't really do anything, but the moral support of having her there has clearly carried me through this mission. Back to reading, it would help if you just call... Hey, I just did call out your name. Your voice makes my book sound fun and exciting. Have you considered doing audiobooks? I don't know. I'm illiterate. Okay, Luke can pick up Blade Master. Critters can pick up Shadow Step. Shadow Step is nice. Shadow Step basically makes you immune to Overwatch. So when you have a ranger that's immune to Overwatch, you can usually get them close enough to get a shot to remove the Overwatch, and then everybody else can do their thing. And Fraggle picks up Shredder, which is great. Like I said, she needs that. I'm surprised, actually. She's only just becoming a corporal now. I thought I invested more time into her, but I guess it was all her combat intelligence rather than her rank. Okay, and it turns out the dark event was lightning reflexes. I don't even know what that is. But most importantly, I got this engineer. So I can put him to work. One of the engineers I'm going to have basically permanently camped out on this resistance ring to make the covert ops go faster. One of them is clearing alien debris from here, which is basically how you get more space. And yeah, I don't see any other burning priorities here, so I'm just going to go ahead and clear out another room. 20 days, but once he finishes up with this room, I'll put the second on them. So there's that. Okay, and then we're back to scanning. I agree. One more promotion though, and she'll be sergeant. Okay, I'm building a radio relay. I'm trying to scan for intel, and I just picked up something about resistance contacts, which are also kind of handy. So it's kind of a passive bonus. So I'm just going to go around and start scanning and see how far I get before I get interrupted by the next mission. Alright, so radio relays in, which increases the supplies from this region. What it also does is if you unlock all of the regions and then put a certain number of radio relays in, you'll get a bonus. So this one is Bomb Squad, Experimental Grenade, and Heavy Weapon projects are completed instantly in the Proving Grounds. I don't even have the fucking Proving Grounds, but whatever. It's better than a kick in the head. I'm going to try and finish scanning for this intel over here. And then I'm going to move on to where the resistance contact is. Okay. Gazelle's finished her training, so she's going to be a grenadier, just like Fraggle. The debris is cleared, which is great. Okay, so I'm at maximum power until this is finished being built, which is only in 7 days. So I'm going to slap another, the other engineer onto this. Try and clear out some of this machinery. You also get some supplies when you do that. I'm going to see if there's any good items to build.
Just give the word and I'll get started, Commander.
I kind of forget where I left it. There's a bullpup, which is the skirmisher's main weapon, and the auto pistol, which is the Templar's secondary weapon. I kind of left those for now, just to try and save supplies, see if something more important comes up. But I can snap those up anytime I want.
Honestly, none of that really bothers me. What I miss the most is my equipment.
I hadn't thought about that. Advent probably had a pretty nice lab set up for you.
There was certainly no shortage of resources on their side.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm sure the commander will find something nice for you.
So we picked up that intel, which is good. I'm kind of... intel's one of the things you need to contact new regions, so I'm kind of looking a bit ahead to when I'm finishing building the resistance contacts that I'm working on right now. And then that will kind of let me increase my regional income, rather. Okay, Katie comes back from her covert op, and this is one that I had done off stream. And this covert op was to get a new Reaper to replace the one that I, got murked last time.
last covert action.
So, that's pretty good stuff. Improve combat intelligence is always good. Try and take a soldier and make them less crap. So who do I want to try and improve? I already have a good grenadier. I could use a good ranger. I just don't know if I can spare my character for that long, but I think I'm gonna do it. So I'll send myself, and the risk here is that the soldier gets wounded. If you send a scientist, that won't happen. I'm not too concerned about getting wounded. It's just a little bit more time. Whatever I can do. Oh wait, never mind. I can recruit a second Reaper. I'm gonna do that instead. That's way better. This is a harsh mission, though. I'm only allowed to send one person, and there's a risk of ambush, which means I'll have a mission where only one person is there. So I want to send somebody good. The reward from this is +1 health. Yeah, I'm gonna send my character, I think, because I have critters as a backup if I need to actually do a mission in the meantime. Again, I'm not too worried if I get wounded, but I may be going on a mission against multiple enemies literally by myself if this gets ambushed. Low chance, but not no chance. But as long as it succeeds, I get a second Reaper, which is great.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
So let's go to see the Reaper that I just picked up, and we will make good on my threat of making this into a horrible Tim Lene abomination.
Soldiers is rated based on their understanding of our tactics and capabilities. Something we refer to as combat intelligence.
And luckily this Reaper was smarter than the one that died anyways, so I'll call that a win.
From the resistance will gain access to new abilities based on this combat intelligence.
So what I want to do is make this into a horrible abomination.
In short order. I'll be swift. It's not too far. That's a long run.
So there's 2 Reaper voices, and one of them is Marina Sirtis, so I'm going to pick the other one for what are probably, well, obvious reasons to anybody who knows anything about Marina Sirtis. So what I want to do is, I'm going to call this Abomination Lenitim, and her last name is going to be Meth Strong. So Tim Armstrong and Lady Meth now becomes Lenitim Meth Strong. Her nickname for now is a Stalker. I think I can change that now, or later. And we'll make it Hard Luck, because obviously it's been grown in a beaker. Biography will be Why Am I? ? That's the entire biography. So, head. I want to make this thing look like a train wreck. I also want to keep on referring to it with gender-neutral pronouns. So, what I want to do, give it a face. And I'm going to give it Tim-looking hair. Where is the hair type? And then gotta give it blue eyes. Obviously, I mean that's everybody knows that. Why not an eye patch? Gotta have an eye patch. You can't be a horrible abomination without an eye patch. I mean, come on. Now, do I want to make... Yeah, let's make it a member of Gorgoroth. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to put some horrible looking scars on it, too. Actually, that face paint kind of obscures the fact that it's all scarred. So let's go with that. This will make it really clear that I grew this thing in a lab and it's an abomination. Okay, so that's good for the head, for the body. We're kind of going to want to borrow the color motif I'd used for the other two, so we'll go, I think, red and gold. I like the way that looked on Lene before. Where's a good red? These look orangey. Come on. That'll do. Armor pattern. I can... Yeah. It's trying to convince itself it's happy, but really what it's happening is that it's living a lie. I can deal with that. Then we'll see what kind of... I like that one better. I think tattered kind of suits the abomination motif. And we'll leave those bare. Technical. Let's see. Gotta have a fanny pack. Gotta have a fanny pack. Come on, everybody knows you gotta have a fanny pack. Really, if there's an option for thighs that is worn, I think I gotta do that. And there's no real point in tattoos because they're gonna be covered by the arms. So here is your Lena Tim Methstrong, which is a great name. This thing longs for death, and hopefully we'll get it soon. Okay, good. So it's good we have a Reaper again. That means if we're going on a mission where their assassin is likely to show up, I'm not going to be completely screwed. And I got another operation going to get me a second one, because they're pretty much the best class in the game. So might as well get my two early and start trying to train them up. This clown, I'll worry about customizing him. Maybe I'll make him into an Ole if... I
did my best to get the new recruits ready for what they're going.
Yeah, if that goes on. Does anyone have a clue what the hell is going on? No offense, because I'm kind of lost. I did have the other recordings up if you want to dig back in them later. I tried to kind of explain as I go, and I'm 3 streams into it, so you're kind of shit out of luck. But I'll try and scream really loud when somebody's dying. Oh, it looks like Fraggle's on it. Fraggle's on it. I trust Fraggle to make things clearer. That's usually what she does. Okay, so I'm going to keep scanning here. Plated armor. That's good news. That's the second tier of armor, which is pretty great. Okay. Alright, we got sectoid autopsy is instant, so I'm just going to do that up. And then... Alright. I think I'm going to get the experimental weapons here, and you'll see what those are once I finish making them. Now, let's see what we can do in terms of buying that armor, if we can afford it or not. I can't because I need more trooper corpses. That sucks. I forgot they were a requirement for that. So I just gotta wait until I kill a couple more troopers, and then I'll be able to pick up that upgrade. It's a good upgrade because it basically impacts every soldier at once. Promises the death of a character but has failed to do so. That's not true. 3 people have died. Okay, so they finished this dark event. Stun Lancers are allowed to move after performing a melee attack. I'm going to try and hope to get around this by not letting them make a melee attack. Feel free to mark my words on that one, because I'm pretty sure I can't back it up. The aliens are making more progress on this Avatar project. So basically, this is my lose the game condition. If this fills up and then I don't do anything about it for, I think, 14 in-game days, I just straight up lose the game. So they have 5 of their progress is tied to just their general base, which is somewhere in the middle of the ocean. And then they built a base over here, which also has 2. So I can, once I make contact with this region, I can assault this and try and get rid of these 2. But these 5 I'm kind of stuck with unless I can do some kind of sabotage op, which come up, but not terribly frequently. Alright, and we have a retaliation mission, so we'll have to go do that.
No mercy for those who were defied by gods.
And actually, I'm going to back out of this for a second, and it is the Warlock, so I'm going to see what the Warlock is weak against. I think it's the Templar? Yeah. He takes increased damage from Templar, so if I can, I'm going to try and bring Purple Moon to this.
They ingratiate themselves, grovel and kneel before the elders.
Most of the Chosen are annoying. They just keep on talking. I can bring Moon, but she's tired, so she'll probably develop PTSD if I bring her. I'm going to see how the rest of the squad looks like without her, and then kind of work my way back to that decision. Looks like Zebras and Katie are both ready, so I'm going to take both of them. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't have their weapons. I'm going to lean more towards people that I have the second-tier weaponry for. So that'll be Critters. I'll take Luke again. Fuck me. I'm gonna bring... Yeah, I guess I'll bring Katie and Zebras. How does this team look? At least I got some shard guns in there. Yeah. It's not the greatest squad, but it'll do. I hope. I'm thinking that this will be a resistance mission where I have NPCs that are helping me out. They're little resistance fighters. Katie hates all men.
Sky Ranger deployed.
If this was at all... Actually, oh, you're right. You mean the bonds. Yeah, I think she hates you and me a lot. Which, I guess, we're representative of men. Or maybe she was looking ahead to me ditching every single woman that I ever was in a group with and just running away from my life, which I think happened at least twice. That is true. Zebras will miss a ton of shots, and Thrax will complain. Anything that happens will probably result in me complaining. That's just kind of how I do. Alright, excellent. So this is the mission that I thought where I have backup from these resistance troops, which are computer-controlled and will actually shoot at the aliens for me. Which means there's going to be a shit ton of aliens on this map, but there's also like some passive damage that's going to come in on my side. So if things get too hairy, I just slow down and give the NPCs more time to trash things. And hopefully that will work out for me. I don't have a good scout, either a Reaper or a Templar, so I'm just going to start moving up and see what happens. Zebras, I'm going to get up into this tower here, where she has a better vantage with her sniper rifle. Even though I've sort of started speccing her into a gunslinger instead with her pistol. So no aliens spawned as a result of Zebras moving there, so I think I'm going to make her my forward limit, i.e. don't move anybody up further than her, so that I'm not triggering any new aliens, and then kind of just throw everybody into Overwatch for the end of this turn. Might result in a person I'm supposed to be rescuing getting killed, but there's 19 of them and they're not worth that much income, so it's better that than losing a soldier at this point. She probably just hates me because I look so dumb. You look great. You're a good-looking fella. Alright, so the aliens do wander into my range on this turn, so they're going to suck a whole bunch of Overwatch shots. And this is the first time we're seeing a Muton, which are kind of middle-tier aliens. They have a little bit of armor, they're pretty damaging, they're just bad news, basically across the board. But the good news is I get all these Overwatch shots, which it looks like people are missing anyways. So that group being a Muton and a mech is a little bit harsh, and then we have another Muton just wandering in from the other side. So that's also pretty bad. We'll see what the resistance guys make of it this turn, though, because they're going to take their turns as well. Oh, they got bad rifles. That's not good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty useless shooting against them because they have 2 armor. Alright. I think the first move here is going to be pretty obvious. Or is pretty... I'm going to move Katie up and have her grenade the mech and the Muton over here. Hopefully destroying some of the mutants' cover as well, but most importantly, getting rid of some of their armor. Because I can't deal with 2 armor right now. Alright, and we have 4 aliens in sight, which is not good, so I'm probably going to want to use Zebras's ability there to get the extra shot. Mutons are sort of immune to, not immune to, but they're like, they have an ability that makes it very difficult to hit them with melee attacks, so I'm not going to bother with that. I have upgraded pistols that I got a breakthrough project on, so it looks like she can kill this stun lancer as long as she hits it, so we'll see if Zebras is a disappointment still. Fucking misses 78. Why did I bring Zebras? Jesus. Because Zebras has an upgraded pistol, and there was a breakthrough project on it that helped with the damage from that, in theory. But obviously not if she misses. And as a result of that, her pistol is almost as good as her sniper rifle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use teamwork right now to give Katie another action. And I think just blow up these guys again. Kind of a shame to use all of my grenades so early, but I can't deal with the damage from all 4 of these guys this turn, so kind of makes my decision for me. Alright, and we're going to see what Zebras can do with her pistol. She can kill the mech, that's pretty good. She can hurt yeah, let's go with killing the mech. Alright. And Luke should be able to move up and kill the muton. 73. Not the greatest chance, actually. But he still gets it. And you're starting to see with the, especially when they get criticals, but with those shotguns, those Rangers can do a shitload of damage. He just did 12.
Whatever you say.
I'm assuming the Stun Lancer's going to go for one of those useless civilians, so I'm going to worry about the Muton more. Emir fucking misses again. He's been missing a lot, too. I might have to take him out to pasture.
Closing on target position now.
He's only got a 22% chance on the Muton, so I might as well shoot at the Stun Lancer. Ah, that's nice. So just the Muton alive. Probably dealable. But we'll see what he does. He may target civilians anyways. Oh. Wow. He double moved. That's very stupid of him. But works for me. So these resistance fighters are going to shoot at him, but he's got 2 armor, so they're not going to make much of a dent, I don't think. On my turn, I'm going to want to lead with Katie. Because if she hits, she's going to strip his armor away.
Let's move already.
Wow, Katie sounds harsh. 45% chance. Sure is garbage around here. That being the case, I may grenade him instead with Luke.
On my way.
Because luckily it's just the one, so I don't have to worry about saving too many actions.
Take this.
So that'll shear 1 armor off of him, which is okay, but really what I want to do is get rid of that rock in front of him so Katie can have an easier shot. Because if she hits, she'll get rid of the other armor. And she does, so that's good. And now it's just a matter of getting everybody moved up.
Moving out.
And I'll let Critters take the shot, see if he can kill it. He missed. Not the hugest deal. I've got Zebra sitting up there, and she's probably got a pretty good chance to hit. So if everybody else misses, then I'll just do that. But otherwise, I can leave Zebras in Overwatch and get a long watch shot on anybody who may wander in the next round. So I'm going to use her last. So Ymir gets rid of the Muton.
The resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors. There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
And the resistance fighters are kind of trying to move to the rest of the humans to try and help them out, which happens before my turn ends for some reason. So I'll go into Long Watch with Zebras and see how the next move goes. I'm lucky I cleaned that mess up, because it was pretty harsh having the first mutons I see appear in a group of 2. And there were a lot of armored targets there, but luckily I got rid of them all before I took any damage. Partly because it's one of these missions where you're fighting the civilians, so the AI just kind of fucks around and doesn't really know what they're doing. And okay. So now for the rest of this mission, I really just want to move up as fast if I can, and try and take on whatever groups there are. But the resistance fighters will help me with that. I'm also going to try and make it a priority this turn to reload, so that if I get into a big mess with the rest of the enemies are going to be clustered around these resistance fighters. So I'm going to make it a priority to reload my weapons now in case I end up in a more prolonged kind of firefight with them. So I'll move everybody up, reload everybody, put Zebras into Overwatch like last round, and just see how it goes from there. Okay, so Zebras is in Long Watch. Ymir needs to get good at finding better cover. He didn't move too far this round, but whatever. Everybody's reloaded, so next turn I can haul ass. Okay, we'll see if the aliens take a shot at any of the civilians. They need to kill, I think, 14 civilians for me to fail this mission. And they just killed their first, so I'm not too worried about that.
They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians.
I need to save 6 civilians, and I've already saved 4, so it would be an accomplishment at this point to fail it for that reason. Really what I'm worried about the most. I do want to save as many of them as I can because they're all worth income, but my biggest issue is making sure all my soldiers get through this okay. Okay, the resistance fighters take care of a stun lancer by themselves. I'm hoping to see some more basic troopers so that I can get that middle tier armor. I don't know how many more of those I need. Seems like it's all stun lancers. Oh, there was a purifier there, and it exploded and took out something else, I think. So that seemed to go well for them. They had knocked out a lot of aliens, so I'm going to move a little bit more aggressively this turn.
Let's do this.
And nobody's over there, so...
On the move! Moving to designated position. Moving to Overwatch. Affirmative.
Except for Zebras. Zebras I'll just leave in her little sniper tower. She has long watch, so as long as somebody can see it, she can shoot at it. She might get an aim penalty, but what the hell do I care? Zebras misses everything anyways. Alright. So Stun Lancer shocks one of the resistance guys, but doesn't actually kill him. Just kind of rare. And the resistance guys are going to go make some shots too. Fucking Stun Lancers everywhere. So you kind of get an idea from their turns where the enemies are. There's a Purifier over there. I'll kind of try and work my way over to that Purifier, because if he gets closer and then explodes, he might take a couple civilians with him. Yeah, that's actually irrelevant. He's probably going to be dead by next turn. Never mind. There's another purify over there, I think. Okay, I'll deal with that. And you'll see if these resistance guys don't get wiped out early, like if one or two of them don't die in that first, the first little engagement you have before you move up, like where I had the mutons, they pretty much make easy work of what's left on the map. Especially early on. It's just not that difficult to work your way through all the aliens with their help. In fact, it could be like this that I'm seeing right now, where you can't even get in there before the time that they've finished everything off for themselves. Which suits me fine, because it's, you know, harsh enough trying to deal with all the other missions. I think I'm just going to put them into Overwatch. I don't see any pressing reasons to really haul ass here. That one guy who's already been disoriented might get shocked again, but other than that, not a big deal. Okay.
Covering now.
Quiet, did you hear something?
Well, they got somebody. Dominga Garcia. Okay, so he moves, but Zebras can see from all the way back there, and she kills him. Which I think is impressive, not only because of the range, but I think stun lancers have a particularly good chance to dodge Overwatch shots. I think. It seems like you miss them an awful lot. And they can be annoying because they'll run through the middle of a mission and just, like, soak up every Overwatch shot getting missed. So it's good that she managed to hit him. Don't do that. Okay, so we got one stun lancer over here, and we got one purifier over on the left side of the map, and that may be it. So when the purifier blew up, he set this guy on fire, so he might die, particularly if I don't finish the mission fast, which I sort of can. There's also an item here that I can pick up as long as I either get to it or finish the mission fairly quickly. And I think I can finish the mission fairly quickly. It may be just that one stun lancer who's alive now. Or nothing. I guess we'll see. Ah. Alright, so the only thing, I think the only thing we've got left is this faceless. So they'll kind of hide in the humans and morph if you get close, or if everything else dies. So probably what's happened is that every other enemy has died on the map now. So I'm just going to bull rush him. There's no point in having cover. They're melee range and they'll just swat you right out of cover. So I'm just going to run critters right up to his face and shoot him. And then I'll probably do the same with Katie. Because like I've said before, it's hardest to level up Grenadiers. So all else being equal, I'd like Katie to get a promotion compared to anybody else. 73% chance, we'll see if she does it, and if not, I'll have somebody else worry about it. But she does. And that may be it. We'll see.
You can't handle me.
Yep. Jesus. Operation Sweaty Cry. That's a good name. So this is another good one. Only 2 civilians get killed, and nobody gets injured. So that's going to help me set up my next mission, because I won't have to worry about people being screwed up. But it has been a while since any of the Chosen showed up, so it's easy to feel like you're doing well without having to fight them. They're basically the ones that'll screw you up in this version of the game. Alright, Emir gets another level. So I'm going to get him Field Medic. Now, whenever he comes and brings a med kit, it'll have 4 charges instead of just 2. So he's basically a really good healer now. Okay, so those rescued civilians count as objectives that'll increase income in that region. And I didn't get any trooper corpses, unfortunately. I'm going to check and see how many I have. Okay. I know I have that. I can't actually do it yet. Emir and Luke can be buddies, so I think I'm going to go with that. Okay. Or was that... Oh, that was another one. He could have been with either Emir or Critters. But it makes more sense with Emir because they're different classes. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're clearing alien machinery. Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. I can't do this yet.
You know, I probably wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for your father.
Getting the Avengers' power back online was a miracle. I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their system, but we'd still
And
be
I'm gonna
half buried
keep
in the
on
sand.
searching for these resistance contacts.
Everything we
That's
had
basically
to
going to be
protect
free
them.
income, and it's going to free me up
We
from
didn't
having
live
to
long enough to see our
assign
father.
engineers to the resistant contact.
You can honor his memory by
So.
using this ship to destroy the aliens wherever we find them.
You'll get no argument here.
Okay. So you can see I've built the resistance comms, but it only gives me one additional contact, which isn't very much. So I'm going to keep on scanning here, hoping to get another. Ah, experimental weapons. These are some kind of specialty weapons that you get. I'll show you in the next setup what they end up being. But they're fairly useful.
Our research was a success, Commander.
I'm going to go for this Advent Officer Autopsy.
The
It's
Advent officers appeared
mission objective for completing the main storyline of the game.
having success.
And I think it also gives me the Proving Ground, which I can use soon. Now that I'm starting to clear out the mess I have in my in the Avenger, the base, it's going to make more sense for me to start developing some of these rooms. Alright, so the power relay's done, and the resistance comms are done, which means I have power that I can spend, and I have contacts that I can use to contact other regions. So this is all good stuff. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pick some kind of room to put here. Basically a choice between the training center and the infirmary. I do have 2 people with PTSD, so I'm going to go ahead and get the infirmary, but I will get the training center soon. I'll probably put it in this location. No, this location here. Because you want a power relay to be beside another power relay and a resistance comms to be near another resistance comms, because they give bonuses when they're beside each other. So I'll be going with that. Alright. So that's all good. Ooh, a supply raid.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Well, this is good. Thrax finishes this mission without getting captured, and I get another
People
Reaper.
were so impressed by your soldiers after that last action together. They're coming
Now.
to join up with you. Hope you don't mind.
Gain ability points, hunt the Warlock. Alien loot. Most of these are not very good, actually. I'm going to try and get this mission done, I guess. So I want to send some better people here on this particular mission. I definitely want to send a specialist because this bonus is a plus to hack. But no, I don't. I don't actually want that. I only have the one specialist that's not tired. Maybe I can improve combat intelligence instead. Yeah, let's do that. So who do I want to groom to become better? This is also giving me an aim bonus. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap it on Thrax. And again, I'm not going to care if he gets injured. He's got an aim bonus and that combat intelligence, which is going to help me buy him some more skills. So that's all good stuff. And I have enough Rangers in the rest of the roster that I can afford to have him out without it costing me too much, which is kind of key. That's the reason I couldn't do the mission that had these specialists. Okay, so this is my second Reaper. I'll give it a name later, I guess. And I'll pick up remote start for now. Combat intelligence standard, so this is a pretty garbage Reaper. I don't think you can improve the combat intelligence of the special classes, so really this thing is garbage compared to my other one. But we'll see what skills it develops with. Okay, so I can try and scan for the supply raid, which is another mission where I'll get a bunch of crap, or I can try and start making contact with regions. I think I'm going to go for the supply raid, because I'm not going to be able to make contact with the regions before the next supply drop anyways.
Avenger plotting new course.
Alright. Machinery's clear. So, I can probably slap down... I'm working on the infirmary, so I'll work on the training center here. Okay, so those will take a while, but they don't need engineers to necessarily build them, and I'm not in any particular rush to get either. So it's good that I've slapped them down, but that'll do for now. I don't have to worry about reassigning engineers or any crap like that. I'll just keep on worrying about excavating rooms. Okay.
New objective added.
So this is done. Actually, maybe I should have slapped down the proving ground instead of the
We're making progress, Commander.
training room,
I've
but
updated
whatever.
Our objectives based on the latest findings.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of
Okay,
stable...
stun lancer is instant, so we're going to do that.
Intended for these units to be their means of dealing with any unruly civilians within the
Alrighty.
city. It seems they have come to rely on more brutal means of
8
pacification.
days for Gauss weapons isn't that bad. I think that's the upgraded version, the second tier version of the cannon and the sniper rifle. The cannon I'm more concerned about than the rifle.
Priority message coming through.
And here we have our little relay.
Hopes for the resistance under your
It's 2241 in income. I think that's actually down from last month because of the Chosen running their stupid missions to sabotage shit. But you know, there's not much I can do about that when I was dicking around trying to get more resistance contacts. So she picks up an ability to summon robotic allies, which kind of sucks.
Beginning to slip. Your plans are no longer as unpredictable as you may have thought. The risks are ever increasing.
Okay, and this one's trying to train. I still haven't found this last one yet. Alright. There's a risk of capture on all covert actions. Black market's closed for 6 weeks, and a hidden event. I might have to reveal that hidden event. I'll see about that later in the month. And now I'm able to set the resistance orders for this week. Now I've moved the Reapers up to medium influence by doing a mission for them, which means I'm allowed to assign an order to them, but it has to be one of the Reaper orders. So I can get +2 resistance contacts, covert actions will not be ambushed, or any XCOM shot that hits the Lost is an instant headshot kill. I don't have too much problem with contacts right now. The Lost are kind of scrubs. I can deal with them. I think I'm going to go with covert actions will not be ambushed. That also means I don't have to worry about that particular dark event. I can just let it happen because there's no, they won't be ambushed. And then I'll see. I can put any kind of order into this slot. So double the ability points gained in combat is pretty good. Shredder increases one plus one shred is also pretty good. But I think I'm gonna leave this with double ability points. But I'm gonna try and make it a priority for next month to get the number of slots I have up so that I can get some more of these orders in, because they are they're pretty powerful passive bonuses, and once you're stacking like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, you can really make the tactical layer a lot easier for yourself. Okay. I'm not done scanning for my supply raid, but I'm going to go to the supply drop and pick those supplies up because they're instant. Hoping I'm able to get my armor finished sooner rather than later. And I was going to check that too.
Against the elders, we find nothing but...
Okay. Thrax did not fuck up his mission, which is good news.
New opportunities to strike at the elders, should you wish to pursue them.
Alright. So, we can reduce Avatar Project progress, which is pretty good. We can hunt down the Warlock, which will get me another covert action. Now we're not seeing that annoying capture chance that was kind of... or not capture chance, the ambush chance that was screwing me up as much, which is good. I'm not too worried about Avatar projects now. I think I'd rather get this out of the way. So, we need to send a specialist in this slot. Emir's tired, but still available. If it really comes down to it, I'll send him. So I'll send W to get the +3 hacking bonus. And then I need to send somebody who's at least a sergeant for the other one. And I will send Critters, because he's my backup ranger, Again, I don't care too much if somebody gets wounded, so I'm just going to send that.
Understood, Commander. My followers will appreciate the support of your soldiers.
Alright. Finish trying to get these supplies. And I'll try and finish scanning the supply raid. The reward for this is the supply raid gives me a bunch of resources. It's actually kind of a shit reward because supply raids are some of the harder missions. But I'm kind of going to go for broke and count on being able to push through and get that, because if I get that burst of resources, it'll probably be to my benefit. And just before I'm able to send that mission, they finish their covert op, which will give me some more, which will give me one of those slots for next month, which is good news. Facility lead, I'm not too worried about that. Soldier reward promotion is pretty good. So, and it reduces Avatar project progress, which basically gives me more time to finish the game before it becomes a gigantic problem for me. So, who can I afford to send on this mission who I won't miss not having around? I think I'm going to send critters. And I need to send somebody with critters. I'll send Kazel. And I don't want anybody to get captured. That would suck, and it would let the Chosen start... would let me then start being able to kind of close in on me, so I'm going to pay this 25 supplies to negate that. Yeah, the chat's pretty quiet today. Maybe everybody's spacing. I don't know. Or maybe everybody's on meth. So I'm going to send that, and just when that finishes, I think I'm going to be getting the supply raid. Yeah, so here's the supply raid. And it's the sit rep for this is going to be, there's going to be Lost here. So this is probably going to be a dog's breakfast. I'm going to take a quick break to get myself a drink, and then I'm going to come back and maybe get killed. Okay, so I'll be right back, guys. Okay, and I'm alive again, so let's see what we can do about this. Like I said, these supply raids tend to be some of the harder missions I've found, so I'm going to try and bring some A-listers to this one.
We're detecting lost activity in this area.
Yeah, it even says difficulty is difficult, which this point in the game is going to be harsh. But I am going to see which Chosen is associated with this region before I launch it, just so that I can be absolutely sure I'm bringing the one that they're weak against. It is the Warlock. Okay, so I want to bring a Templar, I think. Yeah. So I'll bring Moon for sure here, because she'll be able to screw up that Warlock if he shows up. Alright, so let's see. And I'm also going to see, because I think, yeah, I've got some weapons here, and depending on who I bring, I'll pick some of these up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Templar upgrades now because I know I need Moon, and I know I'm gonna need her to have high damage potential if she's gonna be messing with the Chosen. Again, we're gonna go with that old logic where we want a specialist, and the good thing here is we have Emir, who's lieutenant grade. He's got this medkit with 4 charges on it, which is pretty damn good. I'm gonna bring Thrax because he's a monster. I'm going to bring Katie, because she's more of a monster. And I'm going to bring a Reaper to scout. So I'll bring Lenitim Methstrong. Which is... So, we're going to look and see here. Whoops. If we want to buy any more weaponry before we go out here. And these are for Rangers. These are for... skirmishers, so I'm not too worried about the skirmisher ones. And the ranger one I don't want. It's an upgrade to his sword, but I'm not going to be using the sword. What I'm going to do... Oh, maybe I'm a liar. Poke these buttons and see if it gives me my weapon. Where's my axe? I should have an axe. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Maybe, maybe Critters took it when he went on that covert op. That's bad luck. Alright. So with that in mind, do I want to build the sword? 60 supplies, 10 alloys. I can definitely spare the supplies. That's a lot of alloys. But this is a supply run, so I'm supposed to get more alloys from it, so I will build it. Alright. Oh, fuck me. Did somebody take the grenade, too? Or maybe they just don't exist yet. Bad news bears. Alright, there was another... there's a grenade and an axe, which are useful weapons, but I can't take them for some reason. They might have been taken by somebody who's doing a covert op. So I'll check on that after this mission, but for now, I guess we're just going to get it going. This is a better team. I've got a Reaper on it. I've got Moon. Moon's a beast. Emir has 4 charges with that med kit. And Thrax and Katie are both solid. So, this is billed as a difficult mission. I'm going to have to take it seriously. I'm going to assume that the Chosen is going to show up. And the supply runs are a pain in the ass because you have basically objectives that you have to capture that kind of keep you moving and make you do stupid things. But we'll see how it goes.
Supply crates out of a secured area, and if we move quickly, we can probably grab a few for ourselves.
Yeah, this is kind of a new type of mission for the DLC, and it's kind of fun and it's kind of a little bit goofy, and you'll see why. But you're basically fighting for control of these little crates that contain some resources that you're trying to get, and yeah, you can see these little crates here. And you're trying to basically capture as many of those as you can before the enemies are able to pull them away. But you'll see, it's kind of goofy and fun looking how that actually goes. Okay, so we're going to creep up with this Reaper. Again, we finally have a Reaper again. So,
I will reposition.
I'm gonna use them for my scouts like I'm usually trying to do. Luckily this door here is open. It leads nowhere though. That kinda sucks. And I'm gonna...
The path is clear.
I'm gonna move Moon over here because she's got that good mobility. See if I can see anything. Nope, nothing. Alright, then I'll move everybody up with Moon. I'm going to try and circle the Reaper back around with the rest of the group later. But, again, the nature of this mission where you're trying to get these goofy little supply crates gives you an incentive to rush, which is kind of by design. I'm not sure if they'll start airlifting them before they spot you out of concealment, so I will set up and see if I notice any of them getting marked. And if I don't, I won't worry about it, but yeah. But I'm going to assume that as soon as I pop out of concealment, I'm going to see the Chosen show up and start trying to wreck my day. It's been a couple missions since we've seen them. This is kind of a dead end without going through windows, which will break concealment, so I'm going to move her out again.
Guide my hand.
I don't see anybody. This mission is difficult, but there's nobody here yet. Oops. That's a misclick. So I'll just double move him. I was going to put him into Overwatch, but moved him too far out. Emer's ready to get good. Katie's ready to kill all men. I really wish if somebody made a mod where it's like this character refuses to shoot on female characters and does extra damage to males, I would slap that down in a second. I don't care if it changes the game's meta. Just you got to do it. It's the Katie thing. Nothing. Big nothing. So I'll keep scouting ahead.
I go where you tell me.
Alright, we got some Lost over here. And there's the first crate.
For the cause. No one will slip past.
Now the Lost will kind of indiscriminately attack either you or the aliens. They tend to be low damage, they're not a huge threat, and you can do those headshot chains on them. So they'll dissuade you from using explosives a little bit, but they're not a huge threat and can actually help you if they happen to spawn closer to the aliens than you. And the aliens, it'll also screw up their AI, and they'll sometimes shoot at Lost for no goddamn reason when they could kill one of your soldiers. So it could actually help to have them on this map. We're going to see. This is a nice little vantage point.
My life is in your hands.
Alright, and we got 3 Lost over here.
Yes, Commander.
And just the Lost so far.
Position confirmed.
Moving out.
Moving out.
You don't want to have too many groups in your sight range, because if somebody spots one of you, all of them will see you at the same time and it'll become a mess. So even though this group is only 3 Lost and that's barely anything, I might take a shot at them next round and just get it over with. I'd rather shoot aliens proper than Lost, but I don't want to get too much of a chance of having getting surrounded. But maybe I'll move somebody up, maybe Moon, and kind of make the decision based on that, because she is fairly mobile. So if anything goes wrong on me, I can pull her out.
We march towards enlightenment.
Alright, here's our aliens proper. 3 sectoids. That's kind of a weird group. You don't usually see that. So I'll set up to start on them next round.
Scanning. Moving to designated position.
Yeah, I think the way it generates groups of aliens is that it's usually 3. And it'll be something that's considered a group leader and something that's considered like a basic troop. So you'll only see 3 sectoids in that weird part of the game, because they tend to bring in more advanced aliens as time goes on. That weird part of the game where sectoids are considered both pod leaders and lesser troops, which will probably be only for like the next month of in-game time. And here's what I was worried about before, is aliens kind of swamping you from double sides. But the good news I have is that they've been spotted by the Lost, and they're going to kind of fight it out with them. I don't think the Lost can even hurt that mech because of the armor. I guess we'll see. Yeah, 1 damage. I don't know what to do about those sectoids. I might just pull everybody back from that side of the map and worry about the ones on the other side for now, and hope I don't trigger the sectoids until next turn.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Yeah. Yeah, she. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna pull them back, but I'm not even gonna fire on anything this turn. I'm not in any rush. The Lost and these aliens are gonna duke it out. I'll just put everybody on Overwatch, and then if something wanders in and can see me, well, then I'll shoot at that, and if not, I'll let the aliens and the Lost duke it out for this round at least, and hope that that mech does exactly what he just did and wanders into my middle of my range. He moved quite deliberately to spot everybody, though. That seemed pretty bullshit, actually. Yeah, that was pretty harsh, considering he's that mech. The sectoids are going to start too, which they looks like they're going to start on me. Probably I'll get a chosen this turn too. I guess we'll see. No, we didn't. So that's good. Alright, let's see if I can get anything done with remote start. No, okay. These two Lost, I think Moon can kill them with her pistol. The pistol doesn't even take ammo. Actually, she can't. This one has 5 health, so she may not be able to kill it. She could kill the other one for sure, but not reliably that one. I don't know if I'm going to need her for that, though. Emir, I think I'm going to not move, because I want him to use his first action to heal Thrax.
Gremlin, medical detail.
Although he is out of cover from the sectoid side, so I'm going to have to clean some of those up this turn. He has a 96% chance to kill this Lost, so I'm going to go ahead and make that shot. Are you alive? Yeah, you're alive, Smith. I haven't actually taken you on a mission, but you're alive. Her chance to hit is pretty good. And I don't really care if she gets revealed too much anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and make this shot, even though it's only 3 or 4 damage. Okay, and she's not revealed, so that's helpful. This one's in full cover, so I'm going to worry about him with Purple Moon. And you can see she can really just bust a move right across the map. And then after she gets a kill, she'll get a point of focus, and then also she gets a free move. There's some more lost over there, but really all they're going to do is give these sectoids a hard time. I don't think they're going to be in a position to mess with me. I did leave the hammer in the toolkit. I don't actually know what your character's doing right now. I haven't fielded you in a long time. I'm not sure why that is. Probably because you're garbage. What is this guy? Moves are at a premium.
Seems doable.
You. 47% chance. Garbage day. He's got full cover. He's not going to be able to do it with a grenade, though. I'm going to go ahead and try that. I shouldn't have moved him there. Nope. No dice.
Come on, focus.
Humor. 57% chance. I'd probably rather get him into cover.
Let's do this.
54. I was kind of counting on better than that. Whatever. Good thing I shot at that one, because she didn't do very much damage. Okay, so Moon, I'm going to get her away from everything as much as I can. And, that'll be here, I think. Oh, I didn't see that guy. I thought that was further down. Whatever. Emer, I'd really like to shoot at the trooper, but he's got low chance to hit, and he's not in the greatest cover. Because they're kind of on both sides right now, so I'm just going to move him back. Okay, so you'll see the, they'll mark these crates and then they can move them on the next turn. So you're kind of trying to avoid that happening. So the trooper goes, and these are advanced troopers, which means they unfortunately have grenades. So he blew up the cover that Frax and Ymir were using and did a little bit of damage to Ymir as well. And the sectoid, we'll see what he does. He takes a pretty hard shot at Moon. But Moon still has that ability where she can live even if she gets hit by a nearly fatal shot. And Ymir has his med kit with lots of charges, so that's not too big a deal, which is part of the reason I moved her in there, because it's not a big deal if she takes a shot, even if it's one that theoretically is strong enough to kill her. And then here come all these lost. We're going to have to clean those up on my next turn, I think. And take a couple swipes at that trooper. They might actually get a shot at Katie this turn, too. Oof, she took a lot of damage from them, considering they're kind of weak. Alright. You can see all these just zombie city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many Moon can get, because she's able to get 100%. Why is there... Oh, she's got a machine pistol. That's why. Her damage is only 3 or 4, so that's not as greatest. Dun, 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 dun. Katie's got a 91% chance on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and make that shot.
Woo! You see that? Negative. Weapons dry.
And then she'll have to reload. Now, I want to avoid making shots on ones that I'm not sure I can kill in one hit, which is unfortunate because there's a fair amount of them with 5 health, which is a problem. I'm gonna start cleaning house with this Reaper though, because her weapon is low damage.
Your friends will join I need more ammo.
The shadows fail us.
For the Reapers! I have no ammunition. Loading fresh ammo.
Okay, so she can basically kill 3 more this turn, if she has shots for them.
Return to your gods.
And I'll save her last shot for something that I can't kill in one. For Moon, I think I'm going to make it a priority to get rid of the sectoid. We'll see if she can pistol anything before she does. Nothing she can kill for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the sectoid.
My strike surges forth.
And then I'll get her the hell out of there. With just lost in range this turn, I'm not going to worry too much about moving Emir. But I'm going to move, so I'm going to move... Yeah, I'll move Thrax up here.
No problem, boss.
And he's got a 100% chance on this particular lost, so I'm going to go ahead and make that shot. And he can also get rid of the trooper this turn.
Not too shabby. My ammo's running low.
But I'm going to do it with the sword rather than his shotgun to save the one shot that's in it. And actually, with that in mind, I'm going to take the 94% chance on that guy first. Get my action back and then swipe the trooper. That way I get that lost gun too.
You see that one?
Love that Aussie accent. Okay. Emir, I'm going to move beside this crate.
I can handle that.
I'm going to mark the crate so that Advent can't pick it up.
Advent's locator is down.
Then
Transponder is active. Firebrand
I'm going to
will
get this
handle the
off of
pickup.
Katie if I can.
Well, how about that?
Get another one off of himself if he can. 92% chance is pretty good.
Impressed yet? Got no ammo.
And then with his last move, I'm going to heal Moon. Oof. Or maybe Katie. Who have I got left? Just Katie. Katie still got her move left. So I'm gonna go with Moon, I think.
Go medical.
Katie's hurt, and her damage is probably too low from that weapon to really do much of anything. So I'm just going to have her run.
Let's move already.
And the Reaper, I'll take a shot at one of these guys. And just hope for a critical, basically. Or at least it softens them up for the next turn. And we'll see how the next one goes. So the Advent is going to pick up that crate. Which is pretty funny looking with that goofy looking crane arm.
We're gonna have to move fast if we want to get the rest.
And they'll kind of mark a couple, 1 or 2, 0 to 2 of those per turn. And if they take them, then you get less resources at the end of the mission. But right now I'm more worried about cleaning up this mess I've got. Okay.
My power has its limits.
So one takes a whack at Moon.
On deck for recovery. Keep marking
And you can
those
see they got the
breaks
goofy
as
looking little
supplies.
balloons there too, which are fun. Alright. Emir is, he's got his second tier weapon. So he's one of the people I know can take out these Lost in one shot. So I'm going to start with him and see how much I can clean up. 4 isn't as big of a deal. I'm more worried about the 5s. So we'll go for this one. And I'm worried about this guy next. Yeah, because he's got 6. So we'll see if Moon can kill anything with her pistol. She can kill the one in front of her for sure, and it's basically a free action. The pistol doesn't even need to be reloaded, so she's the best person to kill the Lost if she can. Uh, 90% chance is a dice roll I'll take. Ooh, she missed. Harsh.
I have to focus.
Okay. Thrax needs to reload. I'm still not seeing why this mission was marked as difficult. There is something here that is going to suck, and it hasn't shown up yet. So, we're gotta kind of keep our eyes on that. But this turn I'm going to worry most about cleaning out these existing Lost, grouping everybody up, and reloading where I can. Keep it cautious, especially because I haven't marked anything this turn.
I must reload. Negative damage.
Yeah, too many misses this turn. I'm gonna... Might have a Lost living here. Yep.
They're moving as quickly as they can.
I'm okay with them marking those two. Those are going to be easy for me to recover.
We'll have to move just as fast.
Here we got a Muton, a Purifier, and another Advanced Trooper. And the Lost is going to decide to go for the aliens instead of me. So, suits me just fine. Alright. I think I like moving up here with Katie to recover this crate and start doing some work on these clowns. I think what I might do also... Oh, no, she can't do it. Well then. Gonna try and see the damage range on Rend. 7 or 8, so I can't reliably kill him. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. Okay. So we're gonna start with Katie on this Muton. She can flank it, and she can strip some of its armor away for Thrax to kind of follow up shoot it. Only a 66% chance with a flank shot. That's pretty garbage. Whatever. She still gets it.
Win off the armor.
Get rid of that Lost.
Folks says hello. Do we have ammunition available?
Yeah, man, I love that accent. Only 74% chance. This could suck. Ugh, fuck. That's gonna complicate my life. That's gonna complicate my life. I'll have to count on Emir to get it.
Seems doable.
68. Fuck me. Alright. Alright, I gotta make this shot with Emir and see where it goes from there. Fuck.
It's still moving.
Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna try Volt, because I need some guaranteed damage. It might do 3, and if that happens, I'm in big trouble. But luckily she does 5. I'm gonna put the Reaper back into shadow so that she's concealed. Move her up to some cover.
I'm at your service.
The Purifier can only set things on fire. He's not too big of a deal. And I don't think the Trooper can kill anybody by himself. So that certainly could have gone better, but I got rid of the biggest threat there. And I guess I'll just put the I'll just reload the Reaper's weapon for next turn. I couldn't get to both of those crates in time because I had so many people missing over there. I was going to hope to pick that up with Thrax, but it didn't really come together. So here comes the Purifier. He's going to use his flamethrower. And he lucked out there because he didn't even know that stupid Reaper was there, but he still managed to shoot her. And
Sounds like the Lost are getting a lot closer to our position.
Moon just got basically killed, but that just puts her into stasis. So I'll need to clear everything out for this turn for her, so that nobody capitalizes on the fact, because she basically hibernates for a turn and then comes out with only 1 health. Alright. I think what we're gonna do... I know I'm gonna need to heal Moon this turn, so I'm just gonna do it now. Because I'm just not 100% confident I can move her in the middle of that fire without the game deciding she's on fire and they're just killing her, so I'm not gonna risk it. The Abomination Lenitim, I might need to make a shot on this Trooper. So I'm not going to have her put out her fire yet. I'm going to move... We'll see how Moon's turn goes first. Yeah. %91 chance. I think I'm going to go ahead and make that shot. And we'll see if it reveals her.
The only fate possible for aliens.
It does not. She's still on fire, which kind of sucks, but I can't do anything about that right now. Not right this instant. Thrax has some health, so I'm going to move him up. Opposite this purifier. And I'll see, I can't get any super easy shots on the Lost, so I'm just going to go for the purifier. Bigger threat and all that. Okay, so he's gone. Unfortunately, when he blows up, that kind of summons Lost because of the noise. So I'll kind of have to use the rest of my turn to clean them up. As best I can, anyways.
Let's rock.
Katie definitely needs to reload. And then I'm going to target whichever Lost have the highest chances that she can hit. That will also definitely die from one shot from her cannon. And she misses the first one, so fucking nothing there. Moon, I need to run away. Which leaves me with just Emir. And I think what I'm going to do with Emir is put Aid Protocol on Thrax. It gives you a bonus to your defense. That way, if all these Lost happen to run up and start whacking him, he's got a better chance of dodging. I don't know if there's any Advent left on this map at all, but I've got some pretty serious Lost problems. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, it looks like 3 of them got to Thrax.
Now we fight in the open.
And 2 of them got to Moon.
Okay, this is bad.
And the Aid Protocol, much like the goggles, does nothing. Alright. So, what are we going to do with this particular dog's breakfast here? I don't think I can go. I don't think I can worry about these crates. They're a write-off. So, I'll just worry about cleaning up as many of these Lost as I can this turn. Can Thrax necessarily one-shot a Lost? No. He might do 6 damage, and that's no good. And he only has 1. Ammo, so I'm gonna have to reload him.
I'm out of firepower over here. Good to go.
Man, he's so Australian. It's so good. Okay.
Not too shabby.
Wallaby, boomerang, oi, oi, oi.
Did you see that one?
I'm Daniel Feldspar, the stereotypically Australian dragon.
Burning through ammo fast.
I'm gonna eat you like a dingo eats his baby. Boomerang, wallaby, oi, oi, oi.
I need ammo.
Alright, so Thrax has no actions left aside from a move. I might get him to get this treasure. It depends on how many of these Lost I can kill with other people this turn. Emir really needs to reload.
Let's rock.
Lena might die again if there is still an enemy near her. So I'll move her last. Let's see if there's anything I can do with this pistol. Not for sure. 90% chance on him. Don't move. Don't miss a 97% shot, Emir. I'll kill you in real life. Okay, good. I think I'll just start making shots with Katie. Grenadiers are really not good against Lost. They're just too inaccurate. And especially because she only has her tier 1 weapon. It's basically just garbage. I mean, I would have liked to her to hit maybe 1 instead of 0, but what are you going to do? Okay, so considering that went down like that, I'm not gonna chance putting Thrax to dance with all of these guys, so I'm gonna move him back. Have the Lost come to me. Which means Emir probably gonna want to heal Lunatim. Katie only has 4 health though. I don't know how many of these guys can get into her range. I guess I'll see how it goes. Moon. 70% chance, 60% chance, 60% chance. She can clear some of those out if she doesn't screw it up. But Rend, it's only headshots. Like you need to use a weapon or a gun to get that action refunding. So you're kind of boned if you want to. I guess I gotta heal her.
Go patch him up.
Those Reapers have low health. Is Steam crashing for anyone else? I don't know. Maybe that would explain why nobody's talking in my chat. Or maybe they just all hate my guts. I did record this though, so there's a little bit of solace there. Alright, that's gonna help. So she can soften up this Lost, which means Moon can clear it out with her pistol. Which means she won't have to move. She can try and make some of these more difficult shots against these other guys. And she could even move closer, but it's a little bit risky, so I'm not going to. Moon's doing what Katie could not. Hit shots that are likely to hit. Alright, and this is good. We're clearing out enough of these that I don't have to worry about somebody possibly getting killed this turn. But I'm still going to be a little bit conservative here and keep trying to pick them off from a distance. Okay. If she makes a kill with Rend, she gets a free move. So I don't know if there's more Advent here. So I'm not going to do that even though I could. I'll just go for softening this guy up instead. And she misses anyways. And that'll be the end of the turn. So they're going to get some of these crates on this turn because I didn't stop them from getting them. But again, if I move up too much, I'm in too much risk from all of these enemies. There's just way too many on this map for me to deal with. And Emir's out of heals finally, even though he had 4 to start with. So I definitely need to be cautious. Okay, so that loot, I didn't grab it in time, so it's gone. Ah, fuck. Somebody shot that car, so it's going to make a bunch of noise, which attracts more Lost. I'm going to reload with Thrax. These might be the last 2 enemies on the map. They might not. So I'm going to clear them out, and we'll see if it, we'll see what it looks like after I do.
You know, that was good.
I think I got it. Okay, yeah, you can see here, 40 enemies. Like, when those Lost missions, it's just kind of nuts. Soldiers wounded, 5. Which is everybody. Everybody got wounded. Which, considering I brought my A-team to this one, could complicate my life a little bit. Because, it basically means I have no A-team who isn't wounded. So we'll see how long those wound rates are and maybe take some measures. At least I got some promotions there. Yeah, this is harsh. Like, the Reaper being down for 28 days, that's harsh. I might have to... Well, I'll show you guys what I'll do later. But for now, Moon's got a level, so what can we do with her? Alright, I'm gonna pick up Parry. And I guess Quick Draw. So parry allows her, with that momentum move, where after she kills something, she's allowed to move for free. Instead, she can stay put, but automatically block the next attack on her, which is pretty handy. Thrax picks up Run and Gun, which is one of my favorite abilities. Basically allows the Ranger to move twice and then shoot, rather than use both of their actions with that. Lenatim got a level or a promotion as well. And we're going to pick up Target Definition, which is great. Basically, whenever she spots units while in shadow, they're permanently visible, which doesn't sound like that big a deal, but when you're using them to scout, it can really, really help. And now we're taking a look to see what we actually got. Like, this was the whole point here. So, a couple Trooper Corpses, which I needed for the armor. About 200 supplies, 63 alloys, and 300 crystals, so that's pretty good. Also got an Illyrium core, which is used for proving ground projects. So I want to look at my roster at this point, and I want to see who I could field if I really had to do a mission right now. I would send Zebras. I would send Luke. I would send Fraggle. I've got Mox, the Skirmisher. I could send the other Reaper and W, which isn't the best team, but it's okay-ish. But if I see 2 missions in succession, I'm going to have a big problem. So let's see if I can pick up the armor yet. I cannot. Still don't have enough Trooper Corpses. Let me look at my inventory and see how many I've got. Advent Trooper Corps, 5. 1 short, of course. So
I've been digging through some of the old data files.
I think what I'm gonna do
Since before the war. I keep running across notes scrawled in English and what looks like
is kind of ditch what I'm doing right now and go over to the Templar HQ. When you scan at an HQ, they give different little bonuses. And the bonus for the Templar HQ is that people heal faster. So I'm going to try and get some people back up to fighting readiness. And now we've got another facility, which is going to feed them avatar progress. So you can see here, they got 3 more, and then they're basically bringing about the end of the game, which is not great. But I'm not terribly concerned about it because I do have a sabotage mission running right now. Alright, Gauss weapons are finished being researched, which will finish off the mid-tier weaponry. That'll give me my second-tier sniper rifle, my second-tier cannon, which is great. And, being able to reuse personal combat sims is pretty great. I might have to drop what I'm doing and do that. Yeah, 5 days and then I'm allowed to reuse personal combat sims, which is kind of handy. It means I can kind of swap them in and out freely. Which means you're not afraid to use your good ones, like the one I slapped down on Moon, which was a bit of a risk when I did it, but now it's something I know I can get away with. And I went all the way here to try and get my healing up, and it doesn't matter because I have another guerrilla mission that came up instantly. So I think I'm gonna go with this South African mission. Yeah. This is going to be dicier, considering so many of my people who are good are injured. We'll have to see how this goes. Alright. One thing we can do is build some of the mid-tier weapons if we need them, so we've got that in our back pocket. So, what's the best team we can put out for this? Well, we'll send Zebras, Luke, Fraggle, Mox? No. We'll send the other Reaper, who I didn't give a name yet. I should probably do that, but I haven't. And I need a specialist, so I'll have to send W, even though he's a fucking squatty. Like, that's not a good rank. This is a bad team. This is a bad team because Zebras is the best person on it. So I'm going to go ahead and build the cannon and the, well, whichever weapons I can, basically. Which may be all of them, luckily. Alright. Definitely want the mag cannon. Reaper upgrade. Do it up. I didn't bring the skirmisher, but I'll bring the Gauss rifle. And, yeah. Alright. Make everything available. I think W only has one use with this med kit, which is pretty garbage. Where is my fucking freeze grenade? Yeah, this is not a great team. We'll have to see how it goes. It's only moderate difficulty though, so... The assassin might show up, but I have the Reaper here who they're weak against, so at least I've got that going for me. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Dr. Tygan has been tracking the movements of an Advent data vault carrying information critical to the
Alright.
project, and he's finally managed to trace
So we'll have to be pretty cautious on this one, because we have so many scrubs.
Tygan thinks we can recover the contents, assuming we can eliminate any hostile forces protecting this thing. Move in and secure the area. Leave no aliens standing.
Alright.
We've got a bead on the Advent data vault near your position.
And we've only got 7 turns to move up to this thing before it just automatically destroys itself and you fail the mission. So I have to move quick, and I have to be careful at the same time. So that's where you see kind of how things can get to be a pain in the ass in this game, where you kind of have to try and counterbalance those two things, which are just directly contradictory. But what can you do? I'm going to try and move everybody up on this roof. So you get a aim bonus when you're shooting down from a roof, and also it'll kind of give me a good central vantage point for movement in the rest of the map, because otherwise I'd have to be going around or through this building, which would be a pain. And I'm just going to run, because I want to get that, or I want to be as aggressive as I can with that time limit before I see anybody, and then once I see aliens, then I'll worry about adjusting and getting into a better position, or I'm not going to get creamed. It sucks if it's been crashing. I hope it's recording okay. I have a separate record running for this particular stream, so if it flakes out too much, I can just load that somewhere. So that's good, at least. Also, Smith, you're very rude, but you know that. All the way up here, and I still don't see anybody. The objective is all the way over here.
I am trusting you.
Heading there now. On it.
And I'm not seeing too much before I get across this building, so I'm just gonna have to bust a move over to that side. Now here we go. I'll position to kind of attack these guys next round, because I can't really take my time here. This thing is far away, and there's a lot of just like, I don't know, there's a lot of building between me and it, and I can't even see where the hell it is, so I'm gonna have to attack these guys next round and hopefully clean them up in one round. So I'll move up as far as I can in anticipation of that. Looks like a mech and a Viper.
I'm on it.
Ah, but they might have done something stupid. It looks like they've done something fairly stupid, I think. Let's see.
I am at your service.
Yes. Yes, they did. Fuck. And I can't capitalize on it. Alright, so the good news is they moved too close to this tank, so I can blow it up with a remote start and kill them. The bad news is, because there's another tank here, I can't shoot it without also blowing up the Reaper. So, kind of shit out of luck on that one. I'm going to move her up here for now, see if I can spot anybody else. Oh, I think this one's a him. Whatever. So now I have to decide if I want to take shots at them this round or use the Reaper's ability to try and take them out next. And it's tough to decide. I'm going to move Luke up here.
I've got enemy movement here.
Okay, so I can see a Purifier in there, another mech, and some kind of horrible monstrosity in there as well. But I think, now that I can see the objective, I'm going to put everybody into Overwatch and see how this goes, rather than force conflict on this turn. So, and then I can try and blow up that tanker on the next turn. Alright, so. Oh, she doesn't even have line of sight on it anymore. Blar.
My life is in your hands.
Wow, that's a horrible voice. Now, I need to see clearly if there's any... I think it'll give me a prompt if there's any of my people in this range. I guess we better hope so.
This will get their attention.
Now, that gives double damage, which is great. But the other great thing about it is that it doesn't even reveal the Reaper. So, that's it. That entire group is gone. And it's also giving me a nice little view into the objective. And I don't have to worry about that squad at all. And I'm still in concealment. So that's all good stuff that happened as a result of that. Yeah, remote start is a pretty hideously good ability. So I'm going to move people...
It amazes that no one ever questioned how these factories work. Meat comes out, but you don't see any livestock going in, do you? Move into Overwatch.
So I'm really just going to worry about moving everybody up and in this turn. Particularly W, because W is my specialist, so he's going to be the one who's going to be able to hack the objective. And once I get that objective, I can take my time.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
Package. Looks like Zebras doesn't have a good vantage point from this particular roof, so I'm going to move her down. Wow, there's no good spot for Fraggle to hide here. I'm just going to double move her, I guess.
Rolling out.
I guess this is like an Advent meat factory where they're making their fake-ass meat. Oh, this is interesting.
So many have already fallen.
The Chosen showed up, but I'm still in concealment. I wonder how the hell that works.
And yet my work is never done.
Ah, and Luke has his... Luke is going to panic, so maybe that's going to break my concealment.
When they get home, we'll have to give our soldiers plenty of time to rest. We just picked up the Chosen Assassin's energy signature. She's moving on the
Alright, I'll be
squad's
right back.
position, Commander.
Okay, I live again. So this, I actually don't know what I'm doing here, because I am still in concealment, so I don't know if the assassin can even do anything. I can hack the objective, but I think that breaks my concealment. So I'm really not sure what to do here. I'll see what the odds are on this hack, though. Yeah, 50-50 to increase income. That's probably what I want to go for. Oh wow, that revealed me even though I didn't do it? That sucks. Huh. Alright, I guess I'm revealed now. Fucking bizarre. Alright, well considering that happened, and the aliens didn't immediately scramble, I think I might as well just go ahead and hack it this turn. Kind of turtle up and wait for the assassin to come to me. And now all I gotta worry about is cleaning up all these aliens and then have to worry about this objective.
System infiltration in progress. Piece of cake.
Ah. I guess that's why you wouldn't want to do that, huh?
Menace 1-5 acknowledged. The package is secure.
Alright, so they're bringing in reinforcements like right on top of W's head. But I don't want to trigger this other grouping that's inside the thing. So I'm basically going to sit and wait for the assassin to show up. And go from there, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep this Reaper away from the rest of the squad, because she's still concealed, and she's going to be my go-to for messing up the Chosen. So usually, this assassin's immune to Overwatch shots, but I'm going to get Overwatch shots on these clowns because they're dropping right on top of me. And I can already tell this is going to suck because they brought a Purifier, and if they shoot the Purifier is going to explode and automatically damage a bunch of my guys, even though it dropped them right beside me and I couldn't do anything about that. So that's harsh. I guess we'll see if they actually shoot the Purifier or somebody else. Yeah, luckily they target the mech, and that saves me some headaches. Although these guys come out for some reason, so that's gonna leave me with a lot of aliens on the field. A lot. Luckily, the Chosen decided not to do anything that turn. So that's going to help. So I think what I need to do is get over here with the Reaper.
As you order, Commander.
Oh, there's the Chosen.
So, you've taken one back. Somehow I doubt it will be the last of your soldiers that I take captive.
We've got our shot at the Chosen. Let's make sure it counts.
I think I gotta just ignore the Chosen for now, though.
A delicate placement.
I'm gonna leave the Reaper concealed over there as my little secret weapon. And then what I'm gonna do is shoot a frag grenade. I just realized that Fraggle launches frag grenades. How appropriate is that? I'm going to launch a frag grenade on top of these guys, which is going to also detonate the Claymore and hopefully go a long way towards wiping this entire group out. Because I just can't deal with them. There's too many. Alright, good. And because there was a Purifier in there, that took care of that entire group. So what have I got? I have a Purifier over here, I have a Trooper over here, and I have the Chosen. I'm going to have Zebras go ahead and try and clear out this Trooper with a quick lightning hand shot. And she does.
I got it, right?
And, Luke may overcome his fear of the Chosen by taking a shot at that assassin. I'm gonna move W out of cover over here. The Chosen's all melee attacks anyways, so the cover isn't gonna matter too much. What's more important is getting a chance at a critical at this Purifier so I can get it without having to use up too many actions. Alright. So, what we have now is Luke and Zebras able to make shots at the Chosen. And I think if Luke can, I'm going to throw a grenade at her to get rid of her 1 armor. And that'll give Zebras a cleaner shot with her sniper rifle. And it'll also give her an incentive to move. 99% chance.
There is no place.
Alright, so on her turn, she's going to use Mech Lord, her new ability, to summon a mech. So she's got that. I think she still has her move, too. She's going to do some other nonsense. Yeah, so she's run over and she's dazed Luke. So that'll do wonders for his fear of the Chosen. And then she's going to kind of retreat. And that's that. So, first thing, who can get over to Luke in time to wake him up? Looks like Zebras can. Zebras or the Reaper, and that's it. Fraggle can too, but then she won't get an attack. Fraggle needs to attack. I think I'll move here with the Reaper and kind of go from there. 62% chance, not the best.
You should be more careful.
How many are you willing to sacrifice to save this one? Let us find out.
Now, what Luke can do is he can get a sword shot in on this mech. And I'm going to want him to do that, I think. Partly to try and kill the mech, obviously enough. But also partly because I just need him... Oh, Zebras can't shoot at the Chosen this turn. So... what does that change? Since this Chosen is ranged, or is melee, I'm just going to run Fraggle right out of cover and to get the shot at her. Ew, 68? Ugh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Fucking missed. That's no good.
I had expected something more.
A little bit of extra damage there from the weakness. And luckily not revealed, which is going to help me a little bit. Zebras can't get a shot at the Chosen from that location, and I don't want to move her. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shot at the mech. so that Luke can hopefully finish it off. Luke might die this turn, or next turn, because the Chosen can get a shot at him, and he's only got 2 health. But there's not a hell of a lot I can do about it. Because I think her melee attack never misses. And W has the med kit, but he's not upgraded enough to use it without it also being an action. So kind of just shit out of luck on that one. But I think what I'll do is I'll move him into cover, and I'll throw down an aid protocol on Luke just in case she decides to do like a shotgun shot or something. Give him a little bit better chance to live. Unfortunately, because he was disoriented, he couldn't run very far. And we'll see what she does this turn.
Your eyes deceive you. Now we will see the talents of XCOM's great commander.
Alright, so she threw a grenade that blinds Fraggle, which is like friggin' useless. And she didn't realize the Reaper was there, which is good, because it means I can get another free shot. So I'm going to do that right now, actually. Because I get the bonus damage, and also if you make shots at her from a elevated position, it's easier to hit. So basically it's a sure hit, fairly likely to be critical. There you go, 13 damage. Better than a kick in the head. It does reveal him, but not too big a deal. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move Zebras up and see if I can end this right now. That was a little weird. There we go. Not sure if that's the last of the aliens, but it gets rid of the Chosen. Okay, that's not too bad for a team full of scrubs fighting and triggering every alien group at once. And that went that way mostly because I brought that Reaper. I was able to take out that one pod instantly with remote start. And the Chosen was weak against the Reaper, which let me do a lot of damage against her, and also keep her spotted because she didn't realize the Reaper was sitting there. She thought when she blinded Fraggle that she would be invisible, but that was just not true because I happened to have the Reaper there keeping an eye on her. So that was that worked out okay. I still have a lot of injured people, and I still have my old A group very injured. So I have that problem, and if there's another mission coming up soon, it's going to be tight. But this isn't the mission where I die. And also, as an added bonus, I'm just going to have a lot of promotions to some of my B team and round out my roster a lot. So all in all, that was pretty good. For Zebras, I think I'm going to, because I've got that pistol upgrade, I'm going to get her quick draw. Which means if she shoots with her pistol for her first action, it doesn't end her turn, so she can get 2 pistol shots, or a pistol shot and then a move. Kind of open up some, open up a little bit of options there for her. Luke not triggering reaction fire is pretty good. And W can finally get his medical protocol, which would have allowed him to heal Luke if he had it before next turn. The only injury here is Luke. He's down for 8 days, so luckily I can use most of these people again if I need to, which I very well may, considering everybody's still injured. And another important thing here is that I picked up some trooper corpses, which means I can fucking finally build this Predator armor. And I'm interested in how this is going to look on some of my characters, because I did modify them all. Thrax, you can see, kind of looks like garbage, so that's not too heartening for the rest of them.
Saved a lot of time repairing the ship's systems if we had any idea how to translate their language.
I guess we'll see.
Unfortunately, we don't come across many linguists out here.
Emer's wearing clothes now? Fuck, I need a mod for this. This is garbage. This is not what I want. I want these people stripped. And look at how much clothes they're wearing. This is not good. Oh, this is very distressing. At least Luke still looks like an idiot.
Which was mostly Dr. Shen's work. I haven't felt particularly useful in a long time.
I do not like these people wearing clothes. I might even look for a mod, like a more nudity mod. Like, Fraggle used to have hot pants. I can't even see her ass anymore. This is disappointing. This is very, very disheartening. Alright, I think I might do one more mission, and then we'll call it for the night. So let's get back to the, let's get back to the scan and see if I can get somebody uninjured. Maybe, hopefully I have like 2 or 3 or 4 days before the next mission comes up, and I can have somebody who's not completely wrecked. I don't know. I'm going to admit it, like, people not being nude anymore is a pretty big morale hit, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that. That's sapping a lot of my will. I'm going to build a proving ground, finally. You can build, oops, I don't need that. I don't need an engineer staff here. I'm in no rush to get it. Proving ground is where you build ammo and grenade upgrades and different kinds of armor, and also it will let us build sparks, which is where we'll finally be able to get printer. So that's pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down to this power coil. Let me see what the upgrade costs on this relay are. I can always just staff an engineer here. Screw that. I'll work on excavating this debris first. Once you get all the debris cleared out of the Avenger, your engineers become a lot less essential. I got 9 available troops and 6 wounded troops, so I'm going to keep on scanning at this Templar HQ and hope somebody gets uninjured, because this is kind of fucked up. Training center. Neat. Can't use it right now, because I can use it to establish level 2 bonds, like the one between Katie and Zebras that they've been trying to get for a while, but I haven't been able to get. But that's going to mean they're both not able for combat action right now, and I have this situation with no troops being available, so I'm not going to be able to do that right now. I'll do that when things are more quiet. Critters and Kuzel are coming back from this mission. Kuzel is injured, which usually doesn't matter, but might right now because I have so many people. But luckily it reduced the Avatar project by 2, which gives me more time. Critters has got a promotion. And I'm going to see if he took that axe with him. I don't know why I don't have the axe. That's a sword. That's not an axe. Where's my axe? Alright, well, Critters picks up run and gun, which is great.
The ring facility, Commander, but currently we don't have any soldiers deployed on covert actions with the Resistance.
Commander?
Maybe I gotta build the weapons. But I don't know why they're not coming up. They're not in the armory. I'm confused.
Work is well underway, Commander.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. I thought I downloaded. I thought I did the research for them. I'll have to look that up.
They face a well-armed, well-trained enemy.
Usually you get those way sooner in the game, so I think I'm screwing something up. I just don't know what.
The results of our breakthrough were quite.
Alright, I got that combat sims thing I wanted. Mech breakdown is instant, so I'm going to do that.
Advent has legions of these mechanized units out there helping to keep the peace. As far as I can tell, they're fully automated and armed to the teeth.
Not in any particular rush to pick up psionics, so let's go for Illyrium. Illyrium is kind of the gateway to the highest tier of weapons and armor, which I wouldn't be able to afford even if I could get them, but you do want to start working on it because it takes for goddamn ever to build them. Alright. Alright, Emir's finally okay, and I think I saw Luke got okay, so I think I'm gonna try and make contact with a new region, see if I can sneak it in before the end of the month. And I'm gonna go with New India. And abandon this little try to make everybody uninjured thing, because I think I have enough that I can sort of make it work. Emir being better is a big deal. Jesus. Alright, we got another supply raid, and there's a psionic storm, which means there's a lot of psionic enemies present, which is going to be harsh. So this will probably be our last mission, and we'll see how it goes. I think this is back in the region where the
There is an unusual amount of psionic energy.
the Warlock is? Yes, this is where the Warlock is.
I would expect we will find
So I'll want to
various
take a
psionic
Templar
energy
for sure, assuming
deployed
Moon is up
field.
to it. We'll have to see. Moon is up to it, which is good. She's actually fairly tired, but I can get away with it. So... don't want to take Luke, because he freaks out whenever he sees Chosen. Now that I have 2 Reapers, I kind of have the luxury of always bringing one, and I might use that luxury, especially for this early part where I'm trying to deal with all this crap. So I'll take Fraggle too. This is a solid team. Alright. Especially Critters is up to Lieutenant, which is going to help a lot too. And everybody has 2nd tier weapons and armor, so that's all nice stuff. Is there anything I need to equip? Just the med kit on Emir. The 2nd tier armor has a 2nd utility slot, so you can start equipping more items, which is handy. I don't have that many items to equip right now, and I don't want to build them because they take supplies, but it's still an option that I'll have. And as when I finally get the Proving Ground built, which I've been kind of stalling out on, but once I get that built, I start building some of those utility weapon items, better ammunition types, better grenades, and that'll kind of even that out. This Psionic Storm probably means there's going to be a lot of priests and sectoids here, which means a lot of mind control. So I'm going to try and keep everybody grouped fairly tight and do some good scouting with the Reaper so that I don't have to worry too much about people getting controlled.
Forces disabled an Advent transport near here, and they've left the gear for us to seize. We expect the aliens are going to move to recover the transport.
All right.
But it's worth the risk to investigate. We'll need to secure the site, eliminate any hostile resistance.
How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Everybody feeling good? Anybody want to make any last-minute death bets for this particular mission? We got Emir, Purple Moon, unnamed Reaper dude, Fraggle, and Critters out on this one. Moon is probably a sucker bet because she has that ability where she can basically survive getting killed once. But never know. Alright. So this is the type of supply run where you're not making that mad scramble for resources. So there's actually no time limit on it. The only thing that you have to worry about on this kind of the supply run is that you're not allowed, if you blow up the resources, you will get less of them. So I can kind of take my time, which is going to help. Alright, we got sectoids over here, once, twice, maybe 3. So I'll kind of move everybody up for that.
Confirmed. Moving out.
That's the equipment we're after. We'll have to do our best to avoid destroying the gear while we secure the area. Got it.
Moving everybody up.
Headed there now.
I think this mission came up as difficult.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Moving to Overwatch.
No one will slip past.
Alright, yeah, 3 sectoids again. Really not that big of a deal. At this point in the game, I can kind of deal with them fairly easily. I've got the upgraded swords, I've got Moon can pretty much rip them up with their gauntlets. And, yeah. Sectoids are not much of a match for middle tier weaponry. But what I am going to do is I'm going to lead with this Reaper so that I can see if there's anybody close to them. And it doesn't look like there is, so I will basically start trashing them. And
Heading out.
let's see what kind of percentages Critters has. 74, not too bad. Emir's got about 70, so I'm going to put him into Overwatch. shoot with critters, and then see what I can do from there. There you go. So one down. Not the most elegant ambush, but I don't want to use up any of my limited use items on what's a fairly easy pod that I am getting the drop on anyways. And more good news for me is them moving forward rather than back. They don't know the Reaper's there, so if I really need her to break out of concealment and trash these sectoids, I have that option. But right now I'm going to get Moon to go up there, get rid of that sectoid, and start charging her focus, which gives her more damage and powers all of her abilities. Alright. I'm gonna move Fraggle up here, and she'll be in a position to just pump lead into the sectoid's back. 89% chance, and she manages to miss with an 89% chance, which is pretty trash. But I can just have the Reaper pick up the slack there. The Reaper has a 95. It may reveal him, which is a pain in the ass, but it's better than letting the sectoid get a shot off. So what are you gonna do? Thanks for nothing, Fraggle, basically. And unfortunately, the Reaper does get revealed, which means I can't use him to scout without using his ability to put him back in concealment. But I am going to do that now. So, let's see what else we can find out here.
I will reposition. I've spotted an alien patrol.
Whew. Jesus. Alright, 3 priests. That is bad. The priests have this annoying ability that's much like the one that Purple Moon has, where when you kill them, they don't die. They just hibernate for a turn. It's sort of annoying when there's one of them, but with 3 there, it could really screw me up, because they're going to be almost impossible to kill reliably, and then they start getting into you with nastiness with, like, mind control. So, I'll be lucky to put down 2 of them, and all 3 is going to be pretty much out of the question, I would think. So, kind of have to react to their moves and see what I can get out of that, but it's going to be harsh. I might set them up with a Claymore and then have Fraggle go from that with a grenade. And one of them's improved, too. And I'm going to try and keep this Reaper close so that I can make sure there's no more enemies around it when I'm setting up to try and... and unfortunately I can't get too close because I'm out of concealment with the rest of the squad now. So I'm going to just put everybody in... I'm going to put everybody about as close as I can. Put everybody in Overwatch and just hope that they move closer instead of away so that I can get some of these shots in. Because catching them between turns and getting free shots is going to be my best chance of killing some of them. Considering they basically, there's 3 of them, and they all have what amounts to 2 lives. The good news with this pod, though, thinking about it, is they don't have much offensive potential. They can cause some mayhem with mind control, and some annoyance with stasis, but they can't really hurt me that much. Alright, so they moved a little bit closer, and that's caused Fraggle to take a shot at them. They've noticed me, they're going to scramble for cover, take some more Overwatch shots. Moon gets hers in, does 4 damage to one of them, and everybody else just scratches their nuts for this turn. So, I think what I'm going to do is lay this Claymore here. And then follow up the Claymore with a regular grenade from Fraggle.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
And when I do that, it'll just destroy the Claymore and all of their cover. And hopefully kill them both, I think. Well, it'll put them both into their little hibernation stasis, I think. Or I guess this version of the Priest doesn't have it for sure. Only one of them went into it. So that helps. And I can get Moon up there. I don't know if I want to, though.
Seems doable.
We'll see if Ymir can get rid of the cover that he's taking with a grenade. And he can, so let's do that.
Fire in the hole.
Because he's got full cover, he's going to be way too hard to hit.
Move into position.
Critters only has a 69% chance from this range, but enough of them got hurt this turn that I'm not overly concerned about it. We'll see what Moon can do. And that was a bit of a risk moving her up, and it did burn me, because we've got sectoids over here now. But Moon can move back, so I'm not overly concerned about it. I'll just move her back, and we'll worry about the rest as it comes. Then I'll just put the Reaper into Overwatch, concealed, and we'll see what this Priest does on his turn. So you'll see it's kind of harsh because they can get up and they just move, and unless you put somebody in Overwatch right beside them, they'll basically get a free action because of the stasis. You can't even begin to harm them while they're in stasis. So on his turn he put Moon into stasis, which means she can't do anything on her turn. I think it might end if I kill him. The sectoids may not be able to get close enough to do much of anything because I moved back. We'll see. One of them just double moved, one of them made a Psi Zombie. The Psi Zombies are pretty useless out of the one of the Priests. I think the other one's probably going to do the same. Yeah, so we got a couple of Psi Zombies, but they're not too much to worry about. Really what I want to do is clear out as many of those sectoids as I can this turn, and that'll take care of the zombies as well. So...
I'm going.
see what Ymir can do. Let's get a 71% chance. Not the worst. But I think I need a grenade here with Fraggle to open this up a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Let's showcase run and gun a little bit. So run and gun allows you to move twice and then shoot, rather than moving once and shooting. And I'm going to use it against this sectoid over here. So I get a nice long move with critters. And then he can blast this sectoid. Hopefully for some good damage. Ew. 6 damage with a shotgun at close range is pretty shit. Shame on you, critters. Is that truck on fire? That might blow up and hurt Ymir and critters, and there's not much I can do about it with the way I've moved. Oh well. Well, I could finish the sectoid off with a grenade from Fraggle. I think I'm going to make this not very good shot with Ymir. Just to see what I can get.
Moving as ordered.
80% chance to kill this priest. 100% chance to kill this Reaper. I think I'm going to go for the priest and hope it breaks the stasis. And it doesn't, so that sucks. So we got 3 sectoids and only Fraggle. So I think what I need to do is move her somewhere comparatively safe and blast this guy, or these 2 guys, with a grenade. One of them will die, which will take one of those zombies with it. And the other one will probably be compelled to move because he's now out of cover. So that may help a little. How the hell did you spot him? That's weird. Usually have to be right beside a Reaper to spot them. Hope that doesn't result in him getting killed. That'd be pretty lame. Also, the game seems to be locking up a bit. Alright, I'm not sure how he managed to spot that Reaper. But he tries to mind control Emir, it doesn't work, and Emir panics, which if I recall properly, happened to him in a previous mission. He also seemed to run directly into fire. So, how about that? Critters takes a pretty hard hit from the sectoid's gun, and he also gets swung at by the zombie, but the zombie misses. And because Emir's panicking, I can't do anything about the damage Critters took this turn. But I think this is all of the aliens, so I'm just going to move the Reaper here, get rid of this sectoid. Which will break the panic on Emir. And who do I most want to get a promotion? I think Fraggle already did. So why not Critters? This may end the mission right here. Yep, it does, I think. And the zombie drops dead because the sectoid isn't alive, and that's pretty much the gist of that. Not too bad, only 1 wound there. Is that called Operation Knife Child? That is a pretty cool name, too. Good named missions today. These are just random... Yeah, it is called Knife Child. That's great. Alright, so we got this Reaper to upgrade. I can pick up target definition, which I definitely want. And I could take Fraggle, and I can make her have suppression. Suppression isn't that great, but at least she's getting some rank ups. The call signs are random, and it looks like Fraggle got the call sign Boss Lady, which I think I might even leave. It's not bad. Especially considering it's been randomly selected. We do want to make this other Reaper into somebody, though. Maybe Olay. I think Olay was the only person I haven't seen in this channel before that came to chill. So let's make us an Olay. Okay. Bones. Bones isn't a bad call sign either. Okay, last name, let's call him Slole. Actually, no. Swole. There we go. He only lives to get shredded, he only lives to get radical. Okay. I think he does need to keep a face mask on, because our other Reaper doesn't have one? Or, yeah, the other Reaper doesn't have one, and also he's ugly. So let's see what the best looking one of these is. I think I like this one. Doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. Face paint doesn't matter because he's got a mask on. I don't know why it gives you all these options you can't really use. What are his colors going to be? I don't have anybody that's pink. Maybe I should make him pink. Yeah, let's make a nice pink looking Reaper. Pink, and really I just want to make everybody look like an eyesore. Pink and black. Hardcore. So you want to be hardcore. Oh, this is a little biggie for you guys. Not that one. Yeah, get some more pink on that. That's good. And that'll do, I think. Maybe I'll give him a tattoo on his left arm. Let's give him a snake wrap because he's a servant of the party boy. But we'll make it pink. Yeah, that's a pretty looking fella. I'm really scared of him. Okay, that'll do. Alright. So how are we doing for soldiers in terms of amount of wounds? I got wounded, wounded, tired, wounded, tired. Well, I can field a full squad, so I'm not too worried about this. Luke is one of the ready people, and he still has PTSD. That's what happened, Smith. Is you're still alive, but because you have PTSD, I haven't been taking you. Yeah, you're like... Let's see. I think you're the D... Yeah, you're the D Ranger, and also you have PTSD. So there's 3 Rangers I like more than you, and you and you suck, basically. So that's why you're not getting meat pounded this particular outing. And you're still at Squatty, which I think might be the lowest rank I have. You and Rook. I don't think I've ever taken Rook on a mission, because he's my... well, he's only my B sniper now that Tim's dead, but I still don't use snipers that often, and when I do, I have zebras. So I think... Sergeant Plus, get some hacking. I guess I'll take Emir for this mission. And any kind of soldier, I'll send Rook so that he can hopefully get some experience. I don't want anybody to get captured, so I'll give him the supplies. And that'll do.
We will work hand in hand with our new allies.
And that's good. So...
Commander, this facility will allow our soldiers to train together to improve their bonds, while also putting the knowledge they've gained in combat towards learning new abilities.
Thrax and Fraggle, because they have that high combat intelligence, have a nice pile of points that you can use to buy different abilities. So I'm going to take a look and see if I can get anything useful for them. All of the things that are available for Thrax are pretty useless, so I'm going to wait until he gets to a higher tier. As for Fraggle... basically the same thing. This ability here allows you to move after you kill something. Not bad. I like it in theory. In practice, I tend to use Grenadiers to set up other people's shots rather than make kills, so it may not trigger very often. Nobody else has a big pile of points. Zebras and Critters have it left that it's worth at least looking, I guess. Zebras has Hail of Bullets as a sharpshooter, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Ooh! Oh. Critters has Hollow Targeting. I'm going to pick that up right now. Hollow Targeting is one of my favorite abilities in the game. All it does is, when you make a shot at somebody, when you have Hollow Targeting, whether you miss or hit, it marks them with this little marker, and then anybody else who makes a shot at that guy gets plus 15 aim. So it's excellent for shooting, for setting up shots. It's usually an ability that Grenadiers pick up, but he's got it as one of his just random abilities that I can build with get with ability points. So I'm going to do that. So now anytime Critters takes the first shot on something, he's going to mark it. And that works on anything. It's very useful for things like the Chosen. The Chosen show up, you put the marker on them, then they go and they do their stupid crap and they go dance behind cover. But it doesn't matter because you got a plus 15% chance that kind of cancels some of that out. So I think I might call it here for tonight. Another stream with no deaths. Everybody is disappointed, I'm sure. I don't know how much grief people are getting from Twitch today. I'm sorry about that, but I will load up. Hopefully, I'm thinking I'll look later this week. Look at uploading the the recordings to YouTube so that people can catch up, and that'll be something that's dead. Yeah, I know, Madden. I'm disappointed. And so there's no deaths. The stream wasn't working, maybe, and everybody put clothes on. So this is pretty much the worst stream I can imagine. Like, I don't know. I'm very disappointed in that lack of ass, and I'm gonna see if I can find a mod that lets me put the hot pants back on visually while still wearing the mid-tier armor. Because I don't want to lose the game because I'm wearing crap armor and getting shot all the time, but at the same time, I don't want no ass. So, you know, sometimes you gotta make the difficult choices, and hopefully I can get away without having to do ass or death. Ooh, an engineer. That's a long time to scan for him, though. So yeah, I think I'm going to murder this for tonight. Thanks to everybody that came out. I hope you had a good time watching, and I will catch you next time I stream. Have a good night, everybody.